What's up, guys? Welcome to another Adventure Day. Today we are in Glacier National Park and we're going to be talking about some different accommodations, both from really nice places like this behind me to more campsites and even campsites that have no facilities and are really out there. So we got some really good information for you. Let's get started.
When you're at Glacier National Park, there's basically 3 levels of accommodation you can stay at. At the upper end, you've got stuff like lodges, cabins, and hotels, which is great if you like your creature comforts. If you don't mind roughing it a little bit and getting your hands dirty though, the middle tier option is of course camping in designated campgrounds. And then the final tier option is backcountry camping, for those that really want to push yourself and get in touch with nature. All 3 of these levels have heaps of options available. I will say though, as a general note, book as early as you can, especially in peak seasons. Although there's a lot available, Glacier National Park is super popular and places book out fast. And another note is lots of stuff can't be pre-booked and get allocated on the day with a first come, first served basis. So for those, you'll need to be prepared in advance. First up, I'm going to talk about cabins, lodges, and hotels. It's not usually my first choice when I'm out hiking, but sometimes it's definitely great to just enjoy a hot shower and collapse in a comfy bed at the end of a long day. If that sounds appealing, there's a bunch of options in Glacier. Apgar Village Lodge sits right on the shores of Lake McDonald. It's a great spot for wandering around the lake, canoeing, cycling, and maybe even swimming if you can handle the cold. There's 28 cabins and 20 motel rooms. All of them have private bathrooms and some have a small kitchen too. It's a good, affordable option as prices start about $99 for a basic 2-person cabin. And at the other end of the lake is Lake McDonald Lodge. It's in a super handy spot right on the Going to the Sun Road, and it's a cool spot to hang out as well with some good cafes and restaurants. There's 82 rooms here with heaps of options, from bunk beds with shared bathrooms right up to deluxe cabins and hotel rooms. Prices start from $115 for a small bedroom with a shared bathroom. There's a park shuttle stop right outside, and they also offer boat rides out on the lake, which is pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed this area. This was an absolutely beautiful view. And then over in the Many Glaciers area of the park, you'll find Swift Current Motor Inn. It's a super convenient spot if you're thinking of heading out on long hikes like the Swift Current Trail, Iceberg Lake, and Ptarmigan Pass. The rooms here aren't quite as fancy, but they're still very comfortable after a long day of hiking. The hotel has 95 rooms, starting at $104 for a single room with shared bathroom, right up to $166 and above for multi-room cabins with private bathrooms. And finally, there's Many Glacier Hotel, which is the largest and probably best known hotel within Glacier. It's located on the shores of Swift Current Lake and surrounded by towering mountains, in a perfect spot to tackle hikes to Cracker Lake, Ptarmigan Pass, and the Swift Current Trail as well. All the 200 plus rooms have private bathrooms, though it's quite pricey. Even the cheapest room starts at $211. If you really want to go luxury, the enormous lakeside suite is just $519 per night. But if you're not feeling this hotel, that's alright. You still probably need to come and check it out, because the views from this hotel are freaking amazing. Okay, so those are some of your options for the creature comforts. But if you're more like me and prefer your own tent, sleeping bag, and cooking in the outdoors, you'll probably prefer a campsite at one of these campgrounds. First off is Apgar Campground, the biggest in Glacier Park with almost 200 sites. It's $20 a night, and the amenities here include drinking water, toilets, and showers. It's in a beautiful spot at Lake McDonald, and it's right near the Going to the Sun Road, but it's a bit further from the best hiking trails than other campgrounds. However, in season, they do have a shuttle service as well, which is pretty cool, so you can get around the park easily enough and not have to deal with parking issues. Apgar is also one of the only campgrounds where you can book in advance. Half of their sites are bookable online. Next, we've got Avalanche Village Campground, which is in the central area of the park. It's a bit smaller, with only 87 sites, and they're allocated on first-come, first-served basis. It's $20 a night here as well, though facilities are a bit more limited, there's no showers available, but you can get drinking water and use flushing toilets. There's also some great hikes starting nearby, like Avalanche Lake and the Trail of Cedars, and the area is a great spot for wildlife and bird watching. Okay, so KOA East Glacier is actually located a mile outside the park on the eastern edge in the St. Mary's area. There's a mix of stuff here, including campsites and cabins, plus some of the other facilities like shops, restaurants, and precious Wi-Fi. One advantage is that pets are allowed here, and they've got kennel service as well to look after your pet while you're exploring Glacier. But the extra service does come at a little bit of a cost. Camping here is a bit more expensive than camping within the park itself, but it's a great spot if you're into water sport. It's right near St. Mary's Lake and a great place to go kayaking and swimming. Many Glacier is one of the busiest campgrounds in the park, mainly because it's got a great location next to some really epic hiking trails. It's $23 a night here, and about half of the 109 sites can be booked in advance. If you don't book, arrive super early because it can fill up by 9 a.m. in the summer. Even when we went, which was fall, it filled up by 10 a.m. Another thing you should know about this campground is that it is notorious for having visitors. When we were there, a bear came into the campground and caused a commotion at like 1 a.m. in the morning. Everybody was up and trying to scare the bear away. It was an experience. Like other campgrounds, there's toilets and drinking water included, but no showers available. However, you are super nearby to some of the best trails in the park, like Red Rock Falls, Grinnell, Swift Current Pass, Iceberg Lake, all start right near here. And lastly, Two Medicine Camp. It's a bit quieter and more remote, down in the southern eastern corner of Glacier. $20 a night here will get you one of the 100 campsites. However, there's no showers, but you can get drinking water and use flush toilets. It's first come, first serve here, so just arrive as early as you can. Two Medicine is an awesome spot for nighttime photography over Two Medicine Lake, and there's some great hiking and wildlife spotting opportunities nearby as well. Although it's a bit more remote, the historic Two Medicine Chalet nearby has a store where you can stock up on pretty much anything. And finally, if you want to summon your inner Bear Grylls, head for one of the backcountry or primitive campsites. Before you head to these though, you'll need a backcountry permit from the ranger station. It's $7 per person per night, and it's only valid for a particular night at the particular campsite. One of our favorites is Cracker Lake. There's 3 campsites available here, and 2 of those can be booked in advance. It's a long hike in from Many Glacier's campground, but the peace and quiet and incredible scenery is absolutely worth it. There's honestly nothing quite like camping under the stars in a mind-blowing location like this. And there's some really great photography spots as well. But keep in mind, Cracker Lake is also one of the bear-heavy areas in Glacier, so make sure you're following bear safety rules. Another beautiful backcountry campsite is Lake McDonald, which is on the northern shore of the lake, about halfway between Lake McDonald Lodge and Apgar Campground. It's still pretty remote here, and it's nice and quiet too, since there's just 2 campsites available. If you want to do more backcountry camping, I'd really recommend checking out the map on the MPS website, which I'll include in the description. There's over 60 backcountry campgrounds available, so you've got tons of options. Now that you know where you're staying and you want to know some of my top hiking recommendations, click the link on the top right.
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching. That is it. We are done. I hope you got a lot of information about where to camp and where to stay while you're here in Glacier National Park. If you have any more questions than that, go ahead and hit it up in the comment section below. I will be more than glad to answer all your questions. And if you found a lot of value from this video, hey, hit the like button, subscribe, because there's a lot more to come. Anyways, as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Get in to getting out.